Welcome to Mindfulness-Based Cancer Survivorship, Session 4. The first thing I'd like to do is review with you. So how are you doing with your breathing? Over the past few weeks, we've talked about the significance of breathing, how breathing is really the anchor to mindfulness. We've talked about the importance of breathing correctly to release toxins from the body and to help us bring ourselves to a calming place. A mindfulness-based life is a calm life. Are you able to just sit and just be? We're also used to doing instead of being. So we're practicing just being over longer periods of time. Just ask yourself these questions. Are you able to start using your mindful attitudes? Now, last session, we talked about non-judgment, patience, and a beginner's mind. Jon Kabat-Zinn bases mindfulness on 9 attitudes. The first 3, again, being non-judgment, being patient, and a beginner's mind. The 4th attitude is trust. You know, we don't always trust ourselves in the decisions we make. Not only is it difficult to be 100% confident that what you've decided is the right thing, so many times we second guess ourselves. We're not sure with the decisions that we make. We need to learn to trust ourselves. One of the best ways of learning to trust ourselves is by listening to our body. You are the expert. You are the specialist. Nobody knows your body better than you do. We need to listen. Our body gives us signals, but we're not always open to that. So part of trusting is to listen to our intuitive self. Tune into your inner knowing. How many times have you said, something told me, but you didn't listen to it? We all have that ability, and the more you learn to trust that, the stronger it becomes. The next attitude is non-striving. This is an extremely difficult attitude to incorporate in our lives because we live in a striving world. We live in a world that says the more you strive, the more successful you are, the more highly rated you are. You are a doer, a goer. But we need to learn to stop and just be. When Barbara and I originally started teaching these classes, we had one student in our class who said he was the greatest striver learning not to strive. So we try to impress upon everyone that it isn't about striving to non-strive. It's about non-striving. It's about listening and stopping and just being, not doing. Being is healing. When we're being rather than doing, it puts us in that calm, again, healing state. Remember, a calm state, a calm mind is a healing mind. It can be an extremely powerful experience to just non-strive, to just be. To know that you're already here, that this moment is as good as any other moment. To know that you don't need to try to calm yourself, because by being, you are calm and peaceful. We learn to accept our lives one moment at a time. When we non-strive, we learn to be with ourselves. We don't necessarily like every moment the way it is in our life, but we learn to accept it and to be with it. We become aware of who we are when we're not striving. Mindfulness is the point where doing nothing is healing. The next attitude is acceptance. It's the practice of being okay with the way things are. You know, so many times we go through experiences or we have thoughts or feelings that we don't like. But we've talked in the past about how important it is not to suppress feelings. This isn't about suppressing. Sometimes if we accept and just let things be okay with the way things are, I'm okay as things come up. You know, one of the books written by John Kabat-Zinn is called Full Catastrophe Living. And Full Catastrophe Living teaches us about how we can accept and live with and go with everything that happens in our life. Life isn't a straight line. Life has its hills and valleys, and with acceptance and using these basic attitudes, we learn to survive and to get through not only the good times, but those very, very difficult times without avoiding them, without denying them, with learning to accept them and be with them. Acceptance isn't resigning yourself to the situation. It's letting you realize what's reality. It's accepting reality. For instance, your diagnosis. It was a very difficult time, but acceptance teaches you the importance of learning to live with it, to be with it, to be with the reality fully, to breathe through it, and to observe yourself in the process. Acceptance is about living moment to moment, accepting reality. It removes the emotional and physical impact. Again, the stress response is not activated. We learn to accept it is what it is. It allows us to be with each moment and to get through each moment, even if those moments can be difficult. So remember, these mindful attitudes, when they are incorporated, help us to heal. We heal with acceptance, without judgment. We can patiently allow what is to happen, and we're able to view our experiences with awe and learning. Even the most difficult situations we learn from if we're open, and we learn to trust our inner knowing. One of the most important things that we can do is to learn to trust ourselves, accept ourselves, and not judge ourselves. Again, mindfulness attitudes are healing. When we do nothing but accept what is, there's calm. In this place of calm, once again, there is healing. Thank you for joining us. This is the end of session 4. We'll see you again.